It's Sal and we're watching something on Fear with David Suzuki, eh? That's
I know
bizarre.
fear can be useful, making us be a little more careful. But that was nothing like the gut-wrenching fear I felt when my wife almost drowned from a heart failure while swimming out here in the bay. But what do we
Good
know?
Lord, fear of
The
chickens, huh?
biological role of
There's
fear.
something bizarre about this.
But it is real danger, no real danger.
Afraid of chickens, she's a chicken. Okay.
Marion
Ha
is here with Dr. Merrill Kint of the University of Amsterdam
Oh,
in a
God.
radical attempt to cure.
Drew is a new friend who heard medication.
Reports
Tim, this
of
is
the
a
cure
bizarre
for fear
day today,
have
okay?
attracted a lot of attention to Dr. Kint's
Whoa.
clinic. All the way from Whitehorse, Eva Holland wants to see what she can do about her fear of heights.
Now, has this proved anything other than these people are on some kind of pill and so they're not afraid? What happens when the pill wears off?
Can you do that? Sure. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Got an entire discussion about fear, quantum physics, soul retrieval, healing the past, generational trauma, I don't know. And the bottom line is the gods are real, the gods are not real, and long live the gods. And there is no one explanation. But, you know, we watch David Suzuki with this really cool stuff over there, and I say, oh, it's this, yeah, and you agree, and I say, yes, and it's learned response, and blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe it's something else, too. Does it really matter? It really ultimately doesn't matter. What is important is there a solution? Is there a fix to a problem? And after that, it really don't matter what the explanation was.
Well, like I said, my biggest fear ever since I was a kid, I don't want to fall off anything. Be it 2 feet off the ground or 200 feet off the ground, I don't want to fall off anything. So what did I do for a job? I went out and got a job building houses, where I'm walking walls 16 feet off the ground that are only 3.5 inches wide. Talk about trying to conquer your fears?
Well, you may have been doing that on some kind of, you know, subliminal, sort of unconscious level. When Liz offered me a job, I will bring that back to you, and said, come out and do whatever and fill up gas. A new friend who heard medication. Tim, this is a bizarre day today, okay? I can tell you, I never had any fear of water in all
the way from Whitehorse,
I don't know
Eva
why.
Holland wants to see what she
Going out
can do
there,
about
and
her
I said
fear
to her,
of
you know,
heights.
just being here triggers emotional stuff for me that makes me uncomfortable, and I am suddenly afraid. Was I afraid of being on the water and gas?
In the water.
No, I want you to hear this. Was I afraid of being out on the water with the gas pump station, or was I afraid of reconfronting everything that those moments are going to evoke for me?
That's quite probable.
That's the latter, you see? So what happens with phobias? Well, I hate to tell you this, Tim. If I'd spent a summer out there, I could have been a basket case by the time I was done, okay? I really could have. Or maybe I could have, like, confronted everything I ever dealt with David and never done the job for Liz. And just sat in the corner and cried.
Yeah.
Because that's what I told her. I said, given my experiences with my ex, with the water, with boats, just being here, I was astounded the way it triggered it for me. And being out there where she's got her station, I felt like I was at Gibson's. I mean, it just flooded. A new friend who heard medication. Tim, this is a bizarre day. I thought I dealt with or put away, or obviously I had not. There was enough of it to evoke all of it. I was not comfortable there. I wasn't too bad when I got inside. We're inside with Liz. Oh, that's cool. Oh, we're in by the cash register. Oh, dear God, I've got to go out on the wharf near the pump, near the... Don't worry, it's Harrison. It's Harrison, I'm telling myself logically. Yeah. It was not Harrison. I wasn't in Harrison.
You were back in Gibson's.
I was somewhere else. So we have all these different layers of what's happening for us as people and our experiences, the way we are understanding our reality. Remember I told you the gods are real, the gods ain't real. Okay, that's that easy. And what explanation suffices? Well, my explanation to you right now about what was going on out there is as valid as them saying, oh, but, you know, when you were a kid, maybe... Well, I don't know. I have no conscious memories, but I'm almost certain... Well, yes, I do. I have a conscious memory whereby they were sure that I drowned. My mother went freaky. Drew is a new friend. It was out near a situation
Tim, this
like
is a
that.
bizarre
I couldn't have been
day
more than
today,
5.
okay?
Blah, 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 blah. Did that trigger a phobia? No. I associate in the brain with specifically the stuff with David. Although that first layer... Oops. First layer memory?
Yeah.
Got
Has
built.
affected everything.
You see how the memory and the responses are malleable. So that's what I'm talking about with this thing in the back.
I don't remember any time ever falling
As a
any
kid?
distance.
Well, we're back to that thing. We could be discussing genetic memory, and there's enough studies in and among rats and animals and dogs and everything else, and they suggested it tonight as well, as why did we learn to do what we did? Well, because it was probably a good idea. If there was if a saber-toothed tiger was coming, what we were going to do.
If there were 6 of you, you get attacked.
How did we
If there was one of you,
mitigate
you'd
that
run.
fear? We took a bunch of us together. We brought spears. But that's my correlation with that back alley. See? So now if you and I came home regularly, well, guess what? I could learn not to be too damn scared at midnight in that alley.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
If you have somebody with you.
But then we could take all those other variables away, like that person and the cell phone and the cop lights, and guess what would happen? That new impressed memory, I wouldn't come home as freaked as I can come home.
Sure enough.
You see that malleableness? Okay. Well, I'm going to go to the bathroom and do something else here in a minute.